Alright guys, this is Vix the Angel of Metal here at Manchester Academy 1. Here tonight, we're kicking off and rocking out with Airbourne tonight, and here is Dave. Hello.
G'day, how you going?
G'day. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good. Just working hard, touring hard.
Yeah, rocking hard?
Rocking hard, yeah, I'm trying to rock hard and drinking and having a good time.
Cool. So how did you come across Airbourne? What was your connection with this band?
Like we all come from Warrnambool, which is a small coastal country town 3 hours out of Melbourne, back in Australia. And I used to work in a bar quite a few years ago with Joel, the singer. And him and his brother Ryan were already playing, had the band going. And we used to jam after work and loved the same kind of bands. And he, said, "You want to come in and have a jam one day?" So ended up as the rhythm guitarist in the band.
Do you regret it?
No, not at all. It's what I wanted to do anyway. Gets me out of work in a 7-day-a-week job or whatever.
Absolutely. You've been supporting like your idols and stuff like that. I mean, I know you supported Judas Priest as well. That must have been awesome for you guys to get to play with people who you might have listened to when you were younger.
Yeah, that's right. No, we've definitely supported some pretty good bands. Like back in 2006, before the album, we had the privilege of supporting the Stones in Melbourne and Motley Crue. And just June this year, where we did all the festival tours in Europe, and that's where we supported Priest. And who else we support? Motorhead, Rose Tattoo, Iron Maiden, and just to name a few.
Is it a bit surreal sometimes?
Yeah, it's kind of, it is in a way. I guess it's just a real honour really to be playing with them. And we're doing some more shows with Motorhead soon. We did do a tour with them last year in Australia, and just to meet all the boys and just to see how they do it for real. It's a real honour being on the road with them.
Any tips?
Any tips?
Did they give you?
I don't know. Well, just watching Lemmy himself, he is just he is rock and roll. He just lives and breathes it. He's just a real genuine rocker. He's in the band room all day up until he plays. None of this turn up to the gig in a limo and then right before he goes on stage. None of that kind of stuff. He's just a working class man.
Absolutely. Your latest album, Running Out Wild, was out earlier on this year, and Roadrunner. Can you tell me more about that album?
Yeah, well, it's we worked with a producer called Bob Marlett and Dave Schiffman, the engineer, and we had a few different meetings with different kind of producers, and Bob was the kind of guy that wanted to do the album and work with us. Excuse me, and so he'd worked with he's worked with a lot of good. He's got a pretty good track record. He's worked with Sabbath and. I'm just going blank now. What else he's done? Yeah, Rob Halford. He's done a few solo stuff with him, and so he's been around from the tape era to the digital era, and he was on the same wavelength with the kind of album we wanted to make. So we just wanted to get in there and just make a rockin' album, not too technical where we couldn't do it live, and that's what we wanted to do, and we were happy with the result.
Cool. Since you've been touring relentlessly for 10 months or something like that, isn't it? I mean, I know you said before the interview you went home for a while in Australia, but now you're back, on a massive tour again in the UK. But has there been any learning curves along the way?
Well, I guess just touring overseas is a learning curve in itself. I guess you get away from home for so long, you feel like you're getting homesick, but then when we did go home for a couple of weeks, we just realised nothing's changed. So it kind of, like I said before, it just re-inspires you to get back out on the road. But this, I don't know, it's what we wanted to do. We're kind of prepared for what we're expecting to experience when we started touring. It was just it's very constant. You drive, you get to the venue, you sound check, you play, then you sleep, then you drive. It's just repetitive every day, but that's what we wanted to do. We all lived together originally in Melbourne for 4 years, so we're a family before we come out on the road anyway. So we're just doing now what we love doing.
Cool. Did you have any expectations when you started the tour?
Any like this tour in general?
Yeah.
Well, other than we're really surprised to see, at the start of the year we were doing a small pub tour with capacity of only 300 capacity size venues, and we're just surprised to see how much we've moved up since then. We're doing 1,200, 1,300 to 2,000 like this one tonight. So it's just been really happy to see that the growth in since we were last here, which is great.
Cool. Earlier on this year, you were at the Metal Hammer Golden Gods Awards, and you won an album for best debut album. How cool was that to party out with rock stars and get that award as well?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to go. I was with the crew on my way to Ireland with the gear, but Joel and Ryan, the brothers, they went there and collected the award, and I think they had a pretty good time. They come back, their eyes were looking pretty beady the next day.
Well, was that thankful for you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I got out of that one. But yeah, I was kind of on our way with the Ireland to Ireland with the crew, and the guys went to that. But just yeah, but no, I heard the results, which was good.
Did you expect it?
No, not at all. You know, like most of the time if we get invited to an award thing like that, we're just happy to get a free meal and a free drink, and just to be nominated in general. But to win something like that's great. You know, it's definitely good for, you know, just your track record as a band, I guess. But it's a real honour.
Cool. How do you pick a set list?
How do we pick the set list?
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're playing all the songs off the album, and we might, you know, kind of chuck in some old ones which we originally recorded on this EP called Ready to Rock quite a few years ago before we were with a label or anything, so we might chuck a few into that. But it's just, well, the set's always going to start off with Stand Up for Rock and Roll, because that's the call to arms song, just like it is on the album. It's the best song to open up a set with, and just, I don't know, just, I guess, pan it out so it just flows nice and has its lows and its highs to keep the crowd on edge.
I would think Airbourne is like a rock and roll party band, because I had a party the other week and I must have had at least 5 tracks of yours in there, because it just gets the crowd going. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. But is it hard to pick up the reputation along with that goes with the music?
Well, the drinking reputation?
Yeah, drinking reputation.
I think that's just rock and roll. You know, it's all about having a good time. I mean, if I want to go watch a band, and if it's a rockin' band, it's even when I'm listening to my favourite bands on, you know, it's just, you just feel like you want to wreck stuff and go crazy, not out of hate, just out of, you get high off it, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess it's, it's not like you're trying to have that image, it just kind of comes with the job in a way, that's the way you are. I mean, we're all kind of come from working class kind of backgrounds, and we always had a beer anyway before we are touring hard like we are now, but yeah, it's just, it's all about having a good time.
Any funny memories on stage?
Oh shit, I could be here for ages trying to think. I'm sure there has been lots. Well, the one that springs to mind always is a bit of a Spinal Tap moment. This happened back in Australia when a smoke machine broke. It was at a uni. It was quite a low roof, and it smoked the hell out of this room. And it come to the chorus, and I could only see a foot in front of me.
Right.
And come to the chorus, I couldn't find the microphone, so I just took a punt and sung there. And then when the smoke finally cleared, the microphone was like a metre away. So it was a bit of an embarrassing moment.
You pulled it off though.
Yeah, you just quickly turn around and try and hide so no one's seen it.
Cool. Your anthem of a song.
Too much, too young.
Too much, too young, too fast. It was on the Lost Boys, the Tribe movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for you guys as well, because it branches you out to a new audience as well, like the original did.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm aware of that it's in that movie, and yeah, no, definitely, it's great to have songs going into movies as well. I think Step Brothers was another one too, that new Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly film, Let's Ride, which was on the...
It's not out in the UK yet.
Oh, it's not out in the UK. It's probably not out in Australia either, but we're always the last to get it. But yeah, getting the songs in films like that's it's really good. It's like playing festivals. It just gets you out to a broad audience, which is good.
Cool. Plans for 2009?
Well, for this one, we're touring right up until New Year's, and then we go back to Australia, and then all over January we've got this old pub called the Criterion Hotel, which is one of the main venues we used to play all the time in our early days.
Home days.
And, yeah, in the home days, and a lot of great bands have gone through there and played, like the Angels and Rose Tattoo, and but now it's closed down, unfortunately, just recently. But we know the guy who owns it, and he's let us hire it out, and we're going to go in there and just record and work on some new material for a second album.
Cool.
And try and get as much done as we can before we go back out in February, I think.
Cool. Australia is known for amazing wildlife. You know, we don't get it in the UK because it's either too cold or just pretty rubbish in a way. But I was reading on the internet just the other day that a giant spider was photographed eating a bird. Right? and this next one, right, is totally, I was a bit scared at first, a python at a wallaby.
Oh, no,
How weird is that?
Yeah, no, I thought I've seen, was that the python eating the cockatoo?
Yeah.
I did see that myself. Oh, yeah, well, we don't get pythons down in Victoria where we're from, but there's some pretty dangerous animals,
Have you got any weird fears, though?
Nah, not really. Well, I grew up on a farm, so I'm kind of used to walking out the back door and nearly stepping on a snake, and if it bites you, you'll probably be dead within a few minutes.
God, it's like living on eggshells in Australia.
Yeah, no, some pretty crazy animals there. Lots of little spiders and redback spiders that can bite you, and they're pretty deadly.
I'd love to go to Australia someday, but spiders is probably going to be my biggest fear there.
Yeah, no, you'll be right. It's all good.
Before we wrap it up, is there any websites that they can check out at home?
Oh, yeah, well, Airbourne, airbournerock.com if it. Get on and check it out, yeah.
Cool. So myspace.com/Airbourne. Check it out, people. Thank you, man, taking time out to do this interview. It's been really cool chatting to you, and see you rocking on stage later.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Cool. Angel the Metal, Dave from Airbourne.